Hi everyone, welcome back to Mind the Gap. I'm Casey. So, let me tell you about a tiny language disaster I had last week. I was trying to say to a colleague, I met an old uni friend on the tube yesterday, but my brain just froze. I ended up saying, yesterday, metro, IC, my school, friend. You know that moment when your mouth is ready, but the sentence just won't come out?
I do, and if that sounds familiar, it doesn't mean your English is bad. It usually means your Chinese brain is very strong. And honestly, that's a compliment.
Right? I knew all the words like yesterday, friend, tube, but somehow the whole thing just fell apart.
Exactly, and that's what we're talking about today. We're not here to point out mistakes, but to slightly adjust how the brain builds a sentence. There are 6 small logic shifts that can make your English sound much more natural. The first one is this. English likes you to build the frame first and then fill in the details. Think of it as putting up the walls before painting the house.
So, frame first. Okay, but what does that actually sound like?
All right, let's take your story. Start with the frame, I ran into someone. Once that's in place, you can hang the details, like yesterday, on the tube, from uni. So it becomes, I ran into someone yesterday on the tube, an old friend from uni.
That already feels calmer. My brain isn't panicking about the word you-dow anymore. It kind of knows where to go now.
Exactly, and you've got choices too. I ran into or I bumped into both sound perfectly natural. If you were walking home, you could say, I bumped into an old friend on our way home.
Can I just do my Chinese first version again, so everyone can hear the difference?
Go for it.
Yesterday, on the tube, I see my school friend. It's like dumping Lego pieces on the floor, but not building anything.
Now, give me the frame first version.
I ran into an old friend from uni yesterday on the tube. That lands. The frame caught the idea, and the details just queued up naturally.
Beautiful. And notice how calm the order feels. You can move parts around a bit. For example, yesterday I ran into an old friend from uni on the tube. It still sounds natural because the frame keeps the structure balanced.
So if someone at work asks, how was your evening? I could say, good, I ran into a friend on my way home. It's short, tidy and friendly.
Perfect. And see how on my way home paints a picture instantly. Another small tip. In English, we often decide the verb early. Once you say, I ran into, the listener already knows what kind of story is coming.
That's clever. So, verb early, frame first. But what if I want to add something like, it was a lovely surprise?
Just tack it on. I ran into an old friend from uni on the tube yesterday, which was a lovely surprise. Or even, haven't seen him for ages. Simple as that.
So the real issue isn't vocabulary, it's how I start the sentence. When I chase the Chinese idea first, I lose the structure.
Exactly. English frames are like rails. I ran into, I bumped into, I caught up with are all ready-made tracks. You just drop in the time, the place, and the person.
Let's try one more. Suppose I saw my old maths teacher at the crossing near the station.
All right, frame first.
I bumped into my old maths teacher on my way home yesterday. Or, I bumped into my old maths teacher at the crossing near the station. Look at me, fluent already.
That's brilliant. You could even make it lighter by saying, funny thing, I bumped into my old maths teacher on my way home. Still sounds natural, still the same frame.
So once the frame's there, I'm not translating anymore, I'm telling a story.
Exactly. So next time your mind throws you a full Chinese sentence, take a breath, pick a frame like I ran into or I bumped into, and then add the details. Your sentence will behave.
All right, 3 little frames in my pocket. I ran into, I bumped into, and on my way home. I'm ready for small talk now.
good pocket list. And we'll build on this logic in the next part when we talk about how English likes to set the scene before giving the result.
Sounds good. All right, here's another one that used to trip me up. When I was practicing English, I often said things like, because I got up late, so I didn't catch the bus. And I remember thinking, it's correct, but it sounds a bit weird. You know that kind of sentence that's technically fine, but somehow it feels off? I think in Chinese, we love to throw the result right in front, like 因为起晚了，所以我没赶上公车. That's totally natural for us. But when I use that structure in English, it somehow sounds like I'm reading from a textbook. So Jen, why does it feel so robotic in English? I mean, it's still logical, right?
Good question. It's not that it's wrong, it's just that English tends to build a little story before the result. In Chinese, we often combine cause and result tightly together. But in English, listeners expect you to set the scene first, give them a moment to see what happened, then lead them to the ending. So instead of, because I got up late, so I didn't catch the bus, you could say something like, I got up too late and ended up missing the bus. Or, I left the house a bit late, so I missed the bus in the end. It flows like a short story. You can almost imagine it.
Right, it does sound smoother. Ended up missing the bus. That's quite a nice phrase, actually. It has that, oh well, life happens kind of feeling.
Exactly. Ended up softens the tone and makes it sound less like a dry fact, more like something that just happened. It's one of those phrases we use all the time. I ended up waiting ages. We ended up eating out. He ended up getting lost. It gives the sentence a natural ending twist.
That ages one, I ended up waiting ages, feels so British. It's not a long time, it's ages.
It is, isn't it? And that's another thing. English speakers love to drop small time hints like that instead of saying everything directly. It makes the story sound more human.
I see. So basically, it's like telling a friend what happened rather than explaining a cause and effect chart.
Exactly. Let's try a tiny scene. Imagine you arrived late to a meeting and someone says, "Oh, traffic." What would you say?
Maybe because the bus was late, so I came late. That's probably what I'd say under pressure.
And that's fine, but you can make it sound more natural with, sorry I'm late, the bus was delayed and I ended up waiting ages. That's exactly how people would say it here. Polite, but casual.
That actually sounds so smooth. Sorry I'm late is short and doesn't over-explain.
Exactly. It's quick, acknowledges the delay, and then gives a bit of background. You're not dumping the result, you're guiding the listener through what happened.
So, in a way, English sentences are like walking someone through your day, not just handing them the ending.
That's it. It's storytelling, not reporting. Once you get that rhythm, background, first then result, your English starts sounding more alive.
I like that. Storytelling, not reporting. I'm still in that one.
Good, keep it. You'll see it helps again when we get to tone later.
All right, can't wait. You know what's really tricky? When you want to sound emotional in English, but somehow the words just don't carry the same feeling. Like, in Chinese, I can say one sentence with 10 different tones, and people instantly get what I mean. For example, if I say, 你不是说你明天有空吗? Or, 你怎么会忘记 in Chinese, you can hear everything from surprise to complaint, right? But when I tried to say it in English, it came out like, you not say you are free tomorrow? And how you can forget? I knew instantly it didn't sound right, even though I understood myself perfectly.
Yeah, I know that feeling. The thing is, English doesn't have much room for tone to do the work, so we rely on structure. Instead of raising or dropping the voice like in Chinese, we use little helpers in the sentence like did, thought, or a question tag. So for your you not say you are free tomorrow, a natural version would be, didn't you say you were free tomorrow? Or, I thought you said you were free tomorrow. Both sound curious but not aggressive.
Right, that
I thought you said one feels softer. It's like I'm reminding someone, not scolding them.
Exactly, and that's the magic. Those small helpers carry your tone for you. Instead of relying on your voice, you let the structure do the job. Same with your how you can forget. A better version would be, how did you forget? Or a gentler one, how did you manage to forget?
How did you manage to forget? That sounds like something a British mum would say. It's slightly disappointed but still polite.
That's exactly the vibe. In English, it's all about how you build the emotion with words instead of performing it with tone. Even a tiny did or thought changes how people feel about what you said.
That makes sense. So basically, instead of saying things louder or sharper, I should think about which helper to use.
Yes, and the fun part is you can adjust the emotion by swapping them. Didn't you say sounds a bit surprised? I thought you said feels gentle, like you're checking. And if you want it playful, you can even say, you said you were free tomorrow, didn't you?
Oh, that little question tag at the end, didn't you? That's such a British thing, isn't it? It sounds friendly, even a bit teasing.
Yeah, exactly. It softens what could otherwise sound too direct. You're inviting the listener to agree with you instead of confronting them.
Let me try. Didn't you say you were free tomorrow? How did you forget? How did you manage to forget? Yeah, those sound way more natural in my ears.
Nicely done. You can hear the difference right away. That's how English wraps tone inside the structure.
I like that. It feels like English has emotional building blocks. You just have to know which ones to pick.
That's a lovely way to put it. And the good news is, once you start noticing these helpers, you'll find that your English suddenly sounds more expressive without trying too hard.
Perfect. I'll take that as homework. Next time I feel emotional, I'll build it with words, not just tone.
Deal. And speaking of emotion, the next one is about being specific. That's another big shift in English thinking.
Oh, I can already tell that's going to be fun.
You know what I used to say all the time? English is very difficult. That was basically my go-to answer whenever someone asked about my studies. Or sometimes, this topic is complicated. And then my teacher would ask, which part? And my brain would just go completely blank. I'd end up mumbling, just difficult. So Jen, do people not like hearing things like very difficult?
It's not that they dislike it, it's more that they still don't know what you mean. When you just say it's difficult, there's no clue what's behind it, so they'll probably ask again, what parts or in what way? What helps is adding a tiny bit of detail. It doesn't have to be long. For example, it's a bit hard to explain because there are so many exceptions, or it takes quite a lot of time to prepare. See? Still simple, but now there's something to imagine.
Oh, I like that. It makes the listener feel part of the picture.
Exactly. And you can also be specific about which part is difficult. For example, the grammar is fine, but the listening part is really challenging. That's honest and clear.
Really challenging. I like that more than very difficult. It sounds natural, not like I'm complaining.
Exactly. Really challenging is one of those phrases that sounds both honest and calm. And the good thing is, you can still keep it short. You don't need a full explanation, just a hint.
Okay, let's do a quick test. I'll say the lazy version, and you fix it.
Deal.
The exam is very difficult.
Try this. The listening part is really fast, so I struggled to keep up. That sounds much more vivid.
Yeah, I can hear the difference. It's like the first one just closes the conversation, but the second one actually opens it.
Exactly. When you give a tiny detail, people can respond. They might say, oh yeah, I find the listening part tricky too. So you've created connection instead of just stating a fact.
That's true. Saying it's difficult kind of shuts the door, but saying what's difficult opens it up.
Perfectly said. And that's the real difference between being abstract and being a little concrete. You don't have to write an essay. Just one small detail is enough to sound natural and confident.
I like that idea. One small detail is enough. That feels like something I can actually do every day.
Exactly. That's how real progress happens. You're not learning new words, you're just adding a touch of clarity.
I like that. Small detail, big difference.
Nicely put. And next up, we'll talk about something closely related. How to move from saying 你懂我意思吧 to actually making your English clear.
Oh, I feel seen. That's totally me. You know what I used to do all the time? I'd say things like should be okay or maybe can when people ask me to make plans. Like, my friend would ask, so are you free on Friday? And I'd just go, maybe can. Then silence. Total silence. You can feel the air freeze.
Oh, I've seen that happen. It's that the conversation just stops mid-air, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, in Chinese, that answer feels fine. People get it. We kind of read between the lines. But in English, it suddenly sounds unfinished.
Yeah, that's because in English, the speaker carries more of the responsibility to make things clear. You can't really rely on the listener to read the air. So instead of saying maybe can, you could say, I think it should be okay, but I'll have to check my schedule. Or, I'm not sure yet, I'll let you know this evening. See, still polite, but now the other person knows what to expect.
That makes so much sense. In Chinese, we think being vague is polite, but in English, clarity is politeness.
Exactly. You're helping the other person feel secure. When you add, I'll let you know or I'll check my schedule, it tells them what's going to happen next.
Right, so I guess it's less about using fancy vocabulary, more about being thoughtful.
That's spot on. And actually, that connects to another thing, how sentences fit together. You know how in Chinese, we can say 3 sentences with no link and it still makes sense?
Oh yeah, like 今天天气很好，我有很多东西要做，我可能晚点再出门。If I translate it straight, I'd probably say, Today weather very good. I have many things to do. I maybe go out later. That sounds like a robot, doesn't it?
Yeah, a very busy robot. The problem isn't the words, it's the English expects you to show the connections between your ideas. You could say, the weather's really nice today, but I've got quite a lot to do, so I'll probably head out a bit later. That version flows naturally because but and so tell the listener how your thoughts connect.
That's so interesting. We often just stack sentences, but English kind of demands we join them with a reason.
Exactly. Words like because, so, although, instead are small, but they do so much work. They make your thoughts easy to follow.
All right, let's do a quick test again. I'll say my broken version and you fix it.
Deal.
Today weather is good. I need to clean my flat. I'll go out later.
Try this instead. The weather's really good today, but I need to clean my flat, so I'll go out later. Smooth, right?
Much better. It actually sounds like something a real person would say.
That's the thing. In English, connection is clarity. You don't need big words, you just need the right link between ideas.
So basically, 2 habits to change. Stop expecting people to read your mind and stop dropping sentences like pebbles.
Nicely said. Just add half a sentence or one little connector, and suddenly your English feels organized and kind.
I like that combination. Organised and kind. Feels very British, actually.
You could say that. And coming up, we'll wrap it all up, how these small shifts together can make your English sound genuinely natural.
Oh, can't wait for that part. You know, I think my biggest takeaway today is realising it's not that my English has been bad, it's just that I've been walking the Chinese path inside an English map. No wonder I kept getting lost. For me, the one that really clicked was the frame first thing. Once I stopped trying to translate word by word and started building this sentence shape first, everything just flowed.
And also, the bit about being more specific. I realised I say it's difficult way too often. Now I know I can just add one small detail, like the listening part is really fast, or it takes a lot of time to prepare. I think if anyone listening today heard something and went, "That's me," that already means you're changing. You're starting to notice things, and that's where progress begins.
That's beautifully said. So today, we didn't really teach rules, we just shifted perspectives a little. From starting with content to building the frame first, from giving results to setting the scene, from relying on tone to using structure, from abstract words to small, clear details, from expecting others to guess to saying things more openly, and finally, from scattering thoughts to linking them smoothly. You don't need to fix your English. You already have the language inside you. All you need is a second route that helps your ideas travel more smoothly.
I love that image. It's like finding another path through the same forest. The trees are still there, but suddenly the view is clearer.
Exactly. And the best part is you don't have to change who you are. Just notice how you build your thoughts, and English will start to sound more like you.
That's such a comforting thought. So, for everyone listening, just remember, little changes make a big difference.
Take it step by step, and if you found today's episode helpful, give us a like, subscribe, and maybe share it with a friend who's also learning English.
We'll be back next week with another topic that'll make you think a little, laugh a little, and learn a lot.
Until then, take care and keep your ears open.
See you next week.